Ever wonder how pirates, stranded under a blazing sun in the middle of the ocean, managed to drink fresh water without a drop of rain or a stick of firewood? Here's the twist. They didn't rely on luck, rum, or divine mercy. They mastered a silent, sun-powered trick that turned deadly salt water into drinkable treasure. Stick around, because what you're about to learn could turn survival on its head. And if you're all about ancient hacks that still work today, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You're not going to want to miss what's coming next. Out on the open sea, thirst was more feared than cannon fire. Fresh water ran out faster than food, and once it did, desperation kicked in. Pirates and sailors alike faced blistering heat, parched throats, and the cruel irony of being surrounded by water they couldn't drink. Salt water was a death sentence in disguise. One sip too many, and the body would dehydrate faster than before. Sure, rum flowed freely, but alcohol dehydrates, and it wasn't sustainable. That left pirates with an impossible challenge: how to stay alive in an endless blue desert. And yet some crews thrived where others perished. They knew something the rest didn't. A low-tech, no-fuel, no-fire secret that let them distill water right on deck, using only sunlight, salt water, and wit. Forget high-tech desalination plants or electric pumps. The pirates' genius lay in simplicity. They discovered that the very thing beating down on them, the sun, could also save them. The principle is ancient but powerful solar distillation. Here's how it works. Salt water is placed in a sealed container or shallow basin under a transparent cover. As the sun heats the water, vapour rises, leaving the salt and impurities behind. The vapour then condenses on the underside of the cover, forming droplets of pure, drinkable water. It's slow but sure, turning deadly brine into life-saving liquid gold. On a pirate ship, this could be improvised with glass panes, spare canvas, and bits of rope, all common onboard materials. The deck became both a battlefield and a laboratory, with small stills gleaming like tiny mirrors under the tropical sun. And unlike traditional distillation, there was no fire to give away a ship's position or waste precious resources. No fuel, no smoke, just the relentless sun and clever design. So, how exactly did these ocean outlaws pull it off? Let's strip it down to survival basics, pirate style. Picture a shallow wooden trough lined with pitch to keep it watertight. Into it went seawater, just enough to shimmer under the heat. Over that, a sheet of clear glass or stretched oilcloth created a mini greenhouse. The edges were sealed with tar or wax to trap vapour. The key was angle, slanted just enough so condensed droplets rolled down into a separate container, collecting pure fresh water drop by drop. It wasn't fast, but on a long voyage, slow and steady meant survival. A few square feet of still could provide enough water for a small crew, and scaling up meant scaling survival. Every drop mattered. Some historians suggest pirates even built makeshift floating stills that drifted beside their ships, tethered by rope, catching sun by day and yielding water by dusk. Resourcefulness wasn't just a skill, it was a way of life. Now imagine the edge this gave them. Crews who mastered distillation didn't have to dock or raid as often. They could stay hidden longer, strike farther, and recover faster. Morale was higher, sickness lower. Fresh water meant cleaner wounds, fewer infections, sharper minds. While rivals fought thirst and madness, these resourceful sailors turned the ocean itself into a renewable source of life. Their secret weapon wasn't just cannons and cutlasses, it was chemistry. This advantage changed everything about their strategy. With reliable hydration, they could travel deeper into uncharted territory, endure blockades, and outlast enemy fleets. In the brutal logic of the sea, water was power, and those who could make it had the upper hand. Here's where it gets personal, because this ancient hack isn't locked in history. The same principle pirates used centuries ago can save lives today. Solar stills are now a key part of modern survival training. Whether you're stranded in the wilderness, lost at sea, or simply preparing for grid-down scenarios, the technique still works. No fuel, no fire, no problem. You can build your own solar still with just a clear plastic sheet, a container, and a hole in the ground. The sun does the heavy lifting. Even modern preppers rely on this same logic, harnessing nature instead of fighting it. The pirates were the original off-grid survivalists, and their mastery of distillation wasn't just clever, it was visionary. In a world where resources can vanish overnight, that kind of self-reliance is gold. Every prepper, every survivalist, every explorer can take a page from their sea-stained playbook. The pirates' distillation secret wasn't magic. It was science ahead of its time. They turned sunlight and seawater into a survival system that outlived empires. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful tools are the simplest ones. When we talk about preparedness, resilience, and ingenuity, this is it. The art of making something out of nothing. Turning danger into opportunity, surviving when everything else fails. So next time you feel that dry desert wind or hear the crash of waves, remember those long-lost mariners who dared to turn the sea itself into a spring. That's the kind of knowledge worth keeping alive and sharing. If you want more survival wisdom drawn from history's toughest survivors, the pirates, pioneers, and pathfinders, hit that subscribe button and share this with your crew. Because here at Prepper's Survival Blueprint, we're not just learning to survive. We're learning to thrive. No fuel, no fire, no fear.